Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So one of my viewers and I were talking the other day. He mentioned that he was just getting into scrapping, he really enjoys it, and he actually came across a washer dryer set that unfortunately didn't work. And he mentioned that because he has only a small vehicle, he was unable to take them. I did ask him if he did take the power cord and the control panels because there are some great goodies inside of those as well. He said he had no idea that there was. So what I want to do for that person today is I have a dryer control panel as well as a really nice thick dryer cord. I want to take this panel apart, show you all the goodies. There's always a lot of copper inside. There's brass. There is also some silver contacts and a great source of scrappable material regardless of the size of your vehicle. Before I got my truck, I had a small G6 car, and it was amazing how much stuff I can get in there. So before I begin, I do want to make sure that I give some tips. Make sure, doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you are, if you're driving around, having a hacksaw, a pair of side cutters or pliers inside of it is a great thing to do because you never know what you're going to come across, and every appliance electronic does have scrap value to it. So here we go, going to take a look at this. I do actually have a separate video talking about power cords from dryers. This cord right here is the same type that you're getting off of stoves. They are a great source of scrappable material. The washers, they are the thin appliance cord. This one right here, right now in Ontario, Canada, London, Ontario, Canada, actually, I just checked the prices, and copper continues to soar. This, as is, would go for 40% copper appliance wire. If you look inside, there are, I've got 4 strands of copper, a nice outer coating, and the reason this is called 40% copper appliance wire is scrapyards look at 2 things. They look at copper to plastic ratio and copper recovery. Because this has an outer coating of coating as well as 4 wires inside with coating, there is more plastic, less copper. And this is actually going for right now $1.68 a pound. It's jumped 48 cents in the last week and a half, so that is great. And this, as is actually, I just weighed it, 1 pound, 9 ounces, so a great score right here. I did cut it off at the side of the road. This was actually when I had my car, and again, all I used was a hacksaw to get through it. I got as close as I could to it, so a great score. And there is also, as you can see, some really nice brass. And in one of my other videos, I actually have a separate video talking about removing the brass prongs from here. It is very easy to do. All I actually do is I take a saw and I will just cut down like a square, and I will just, once I remove the plastic there, I will just peel the prongs out. So as you can see, some really nice brass here, and there's 4 prongs. These are very heavy. This is gonna go for yellow brass, and this is currently going for $3.60 a pound. I do have a scale here. I'm just gonna quickly show you how much it weighs. There is actually 2 ounces right there of brass. Some people will leave it on the cord for the weight. In my opinion, I just store it up. And as I said, if you're interested in figuring out how to remove the brass from here, it's very simple. Go check out my other video. So I'm not actually going to remove them for this video. I do also want to say the nice thing about these heads is once I remove the brass, I can still actually throw this into my 40% appliance wire recovery because there is still some wire inside. There is still some copper in this plastic. And this alone weighs almost 5 ounces right there. So I'm not losing anything when I take the copper out or the brass out. So I'm still gaining. The other thing I do want to say is if I was to remove this outer coating, and very simple to do, I could just, if you don't have a stripper, just take a knife and go down it. Or if you have a wire stripper, you do want to make sure you cut the head off and you can just slide this through. Once the outer coating is off, I would be left with 4 individual strands of copper. Those individual strands of copper, if I was to leave the coating on it, because it's only 1 coating to copper, higher copper value, it would be going for 60% appliance wire. And that currently too has jumped. It is now going for $2.68 a pound. So it went from $2.13 to $2.68, which is amazing. And again, very well worth your time given the price of copper. This stuff, because I do have a copper wire stripper, I will run those individual cords through the stripper and I will get number 2 copper from this. And that right now is going for $4.70 a pound. So great time for copper. Excellent power cord from a dryer. The nice thick cords. So again, you will see these on dryers and stoves. The ones from washers are a lot thinner. Those will just be your 60% appliance wire, and there's usually about 3-4 ounces there. But again, great tip, great scrappable material. Onto your control panel. Again, very easy to take these off. I also do have a screwdriver set in my car and a ratchet set you definitely want to have as well. But these things, the great things about these is once I remove these buttons, these knobs, I have actually seen people sell these online for parts. I actually would have loved to have found this about 2 years ago. Our dryer broke when we were just looking at it frantically, wondering what was going on with it. And unfortunately, it was just one of the buttons was broken inside of here. It wasn't catching the knob. So would have loved to have had a spare one of these and saved us $100 on the service call. But I have seen these online. Sometimes you will see screws that attach the panel. And this one is actually plastic. There are some control panels like this that is actually a nice thin strip of clean aluminum. So you definitely want to make sure you check. This one does not have aluminum. Aluminum right now, sheet aluminum would be going for about 60 cents a pound. This unfortunately is plastic, but on the back you can see some tin. If I took a magnet to this, this is going to be tin. And currently right now, this is actually going for about 10 to 13 cents a pound, which is great. It obviously adds stability, but again, it's also a great scrappable material. I've never seen tin shred at this price, and it remains high, which is awesome. Just a couple bolts that I have to take out. And unfortunately, I will say the control panel is in rough shape. It is damaged, so I cannot sell the whole control panel online. So it is going to unfortunately have to go into the landfill. And I've just tried glass bolt. Unfortunately, is stuck, of course. Make sure I get that. Sometimes having separate tools is a great thing. There we go. I think I stripped it. There we go. Okay, so just going to remove this control panel here. Show you the beautiful knobs and levers inside. So this is, as I said, going to go into my tin shred. Want to make sure I get that. Okay, so nice piece of tin shred. Here are my control panels. And you can actually see inside of these, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. This wire, again, the rule, 1 coating of plastic to the copper. So this is going to go into my 60% copper recovery. There are some great brass prongs on these. Some people leave them on. These as well I will cut off and put into my yellow brass bucket. And I'm actually going to start, I will just focus on this one first because it's see-through. It's just the push button. And because I'm not saving this, I'm just going to tear through it, just break it apart. Grab it. There we go. Pull up. Okay, so again, all I do is just cut it, save my wire. And I also, screws are another great of tin shred. I always save my screws, put them in a bucket, bring them in. But you can see inside of that, there is some copper, some beautiful brass, And there is also going to be some silver. Any type of button, you can see if I push this button, that lever or seesaw, if you will, that's going up and down, there will be a tiny piece of silver on that. That is a silver contact. So all I'm going to do, open it up with my hammer, just hit it gently. Pop the top. Make sure I don't lose it. And there you go. Look at that. I'm going to pull this piece off. There is a nice piece of silver. I will cut that off. I will put them into a little jar and I will make, hopefully one day, silver bouillon. But as well, you see on that brass one, there is a silver contact, some beautiful yellow brass. There is underneath this one. So this one actually has 3 silver contacts, some really nice brass, and some copper as well on there. That's great. So that's one of them. This one now, I'm just going to pull this one up. Just break it. This one again. This is not going to have silver inside, but there is going to be copper. There is a plastic casing on it. Just going to hit this too with a hammer. Very quick, just to break the brass, or break the plastic. Okay, and there is a little bit of tin on here. Gonna open that up. And inside of it, you can see there is some more copper inside of there as well, those coppers. So this is all gonna be number 1 copper, going for $4.80 a pound. So these prongs are copper. There is 1 prong right here that is brass. So I got a copper one, a brass one. You definitely want to make sure you separate those. A little bit of tin. Okay, this box, same thing, but I want to work on this beauty right here. I want to just take this one. It is bolted in, but I'm just going to break it. So there we go. Good thing I have my safety glasses on. This one, just going to open up that panel. Take a screwdriver right there. There it is. Okay. A couple different screws that you got to look at. There's a face plate on that. Just going to pull this, open it. The screws on the other side. And again, you just have to look at it. Make sure you fiddle around with it. I'm just doing it quickly for this video. But you can see some more tin. Lots of brass on here. There's my little bell, if you will, the dryer bell. Okay, and I love these different controllers. Very fun to take apart and look through. But look inside of that. I've got some wonderful, wonderful silver contacts. Just gonna take this. There's a little bit of tin on that. But look at inside of there. I've got a whole bunch of different silver contacts. There you go. There's another one right there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 silver contacts in there. Lots of different brass. And I am going to just hit this, not now, but I will hit this after the video. Definitely be pulling off this brass. Lots of chunks here. And again, as I said, unfortunately with this one, this is plastic. This is heavy enough. This can be recycled. Our municipality will take this. But you do want to make sure you check to see. A lot of them will have a nice strip of aluminum on them. And if in good condition, you can sell these online as well. So definitely a great option as well. But hopefully that answered that question. To anyone that is thinking about scrapping, now is the time to get into it because prices are great. It does not matter the type of vehicle you have. Everything you find on the road is scrappable. It's great prices right now. And if you have, as I said, a hacksaw, pliers, a ratchet set, some screwdrivers, keeping that in your car, you can still take off a number of items from those washers and dryers very simple and quickly. I would also strongly recommend the back panel is another good one. And if you have a pair of side cutters, there is always a lot of your 60% copper recovery in there as well that you can quickly grab and take. So hopefully that answered that question. Please keep them coming. I'm enjoying answering them as best as I can. I love the ideas, and I love helping and seeing the fellow scrappers getting into it and helping to maximize their profit and diverting as much of these things away from the landfill as possible. So hopefully, again, you enjoyed the video. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.